So this stuff looks pretty cool, pretty cool. All of the usual suspect cartoon characters here. Look at all of this. You got Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Popeye, Olive Oil, all of them. And oh look, there he is, Mr. Xi Jinping himself. He's come all the way to Taiwan to help celebrate this national holiday. How does it feel, Xi? 欢迎来到台湾. Welcome to Taiwan, Xi. You asshole. Hey there guys, I am so happy today. I am so happy because I have a 3-day holiday. Why do I have this 3-day holiday? Well, it is a national holiday here in Taiwan, and it's a holiday called Peace Memorial Day. And I think it stands for something very important, and that's why I'm going to quickly talk about it in this video today. So what is Peace Memorial Day? Well, in 1945, Taiwan was liberated from the oppressive rule of Japan. After the Second World War, Japan was defeated by the Allied forces and Taiwan was liberated and handed over to the government of China. The Japanese were terrible. They treated the Taiwanese like subhumans. Taiwan, under Japanese rule, suffered a lot, especially the Taiwanese people, obviously. So they were liberated, and the government of China got control of Taiwan once again, and the Taiwanese people were really excited, right? Well, unfortunately for them, the government of China weren't any better than their previous Japanese overlords, and the government of China really just did some terrible things in Taiwan, you know. They came over, they looted, they went into shops. 对，我是外国人，你好。Yeah, they looted, they raped, pillaged. They acted like mafia, you know, like going into shops and not paying for things and just taking things. Well, this obviously upset the Taiwanese people, but the authoritarian government of China at that time didn't really care. They didn't care about the Taiwanese people. They didn't allow any political discourse. Any political dissent was frowned upon, and people would be disappeared, they'd be arrested. There was really no freedom for the Taiwanese people, and they weren't happy. And of course, you know, when people aren't happy with their government, what happens? Usually a revolution or something like that, right? So usually it takes like a key event to start off this kind of revolution, and this key event happened in 1947. It was basically a woman who she was selling contraband cigarettes. You know, obviously it was illegal, but she was a widow of 40 years old. She had 3 kids to feed. This was the only job that she could do. And what happened was a bunch of officers from the army came along, confiscated all of her cigarettes, and loaded them onto a truck. You know, her whole livelihood just down the pan. So she was pleading with them, begging for mercy. Please, please, you know, I have 3 kids to feed. Like, what's going on? And she's down on her hands and knees, and one of the soldiers just decided to like crack her over the head with the butt of his gun, caused massive damage to her head. She was unconscious and was taken to hospital, and this just sparked a massive riot. Okay, all of the people who witnessed this event were furious with these officers, and they chased them to a movie theater, and one of the officers opened fire, took out his gun and, like, you know, started firing off into the crowd and shot one guy dead. and that just caused a whole nationwide protest and revolution, and they were really trying to sort of get rid of this terrible government, but the government cracked down hard and killed so many people, put people in prison, and took control and declared martial law, which basically went on until like the late 80s. Taiwan was under a authoritarian dictatorship, you know. So that was terrible. That was terrible. And then, you know, fast forward to today, a lot of reforms have taken place. Taiwan has opened up. It's now a democratic society. People have freedom. It's one of the most free countries in the world, right? But before that, it was basically like some Orwellian dictatorship. Really evil stuff. And this is where I draw parallels with modern day China. So the Tiananmen Square massacre happens, a similar kind of thing. A bunch of people who want some freedom, they want to have a better life, they want more political freedom, and they want to be able to control their own destiny. Government cracks down and you know, kill a lot of people. Very similar kind of event, right? The thing is the difference here is Taiwan has turned this into a national holiday where people can talk about it and commemorate the dead, you know, and kind of grieve for the dead, but also celebrate the fact that now they're a free democratic society and they're allowed to talk about such things. Whereas China, it's done the exact opposite. You're not allowed to discuss Tiananmen Square. If you talk about anything political that opposes the ruling party, you can be thrown into one of those re-education camps that the shills like to talk about. You can be thrown into one of them, you can be disappeared. It's basically very similar to the dictatorship that was running Taiwan up until the 1980s, the late 80s, but they're still doing it today. Okay, anything bad that happened in China that the government did, they deny it. You know, you go onto the internet in China, you try to search for Tiananmen Square, you get no results about the massacre that took place there. The government pretty much denies everything, and that's a big difference between Taiwan and China. Is the Taiwanese government has you know, decided to turn this into a cool little holiday where people can, you know, commemorate the dead and talk about all of the bad stuff that's happened, and, you know, make change from that, progress from that. But China, the government in China, just, they don't care. They don't care about the people. They'd much rather save face and, you know, maintain their power no matter the cost. And that's a very important thing. And that's a very important difference, actually, is that, you know, Taiwan is nothing like that anymore. And I'm really happy about that I've come to a country that's willing to accept their shortcomings, willing to admit that they've done some wrong in the past, and open up about it and let the people celebrate that fact that they're free, right? So that's a huge difference. If you look at present day China, right, they are the biggest problem that we face in this world today, because let's face it, they unleashed this virus on the whole of the world because of their incompetence, because they wanted to save face. They didn't want to admit that they had this virus and it was transmissible between humans, because they'd much rather save face and want everybody to know that their government is doing a great job. And we're all falling for it, hook, line and sinker. It's tragic, it really is. Now, I'm not saying that Western governments have done an amazing job of controlling the virus either, you know, but let's face it, it was China that started this whole thing, and we just, you know, we just got the tail end of their bullshit, and it's kind of gotten worse and worse as time's progressed, you know. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to say to all of the Taiwanese people, happy Peace Memorial Day. This stands for freedom, this stands for peace, something that China doesn't have, that's jealous of Taiwan, to be honest with you. And that is why China will do everything possible to undermine what the Taiwanese people have worked so hard for. So anyway, guys, sorry about that. I know it was a little bit of a elementary level rant by me. I'm not really that up on my politics and history, really. I just say how I feel. So anyway, guys, I'm almost at the Bagua Shan area. I'll cut in some footage of it and you can have a little look. It's a really beautiful place. And also I'm going to cut in some footage that I got a couple of days ago when I was on my way to work. I witnessed this really cool, like Buddhist, Taoist kind of tradition of burning fake money and sending it to the afterlife so their relatives can have some fortune and have something cool. They can buy something cool in the afterlife, and that was really cool to see anyway. So guys, I'm gonna sign off now, so I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. This is YGZ Taiwan, on the streets of Taiwan, saving the YouTube community from those nefarious forces of evil. See you guys soon. One of the scariest looking pictures I've ever seen in my life. What is that? Oh, welcome to another video. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Mr. Mayo Yisa, Mr. May Yisa, Mr. Wildman Idiot. And look at this. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on the streets here in Taiwan, and just everything's perfect here. I'd just like to say a thank you to the Chinese government, I mean the Taiwanese government. You've done an amazing job. Just look at it, ladies and gentlemen. This is a 5 millionth tier city, and just look at how clean it is. I'm gonna cross this road now, and I'm gonna have no problems at all. I'm gonna have no problems crossing this road, because crossing roads here is just so amazing. You can cross a road and you have no problems at all. Right, Zhao? Are you gonna laugh at that one too, Zhao? Everything I do is so funny. So yeah, guys, this is so amazing. Look, just have a look. Look at this. Look, perfect. Perfect. What? Why would you want to be anywhere else? Why would you want to be anywhere else? Look at it. People are just walking. There's trees. There's leaves rustling on the ground. Look at the leaves. Isn't that special? Only in Taiwan do you see that. And I'd just like to say thank you to the Taiwanese government. You've done an amazing job here. And I'm happy. And the people are happy. And we're just walking around, just being a complete idiot. But it doesn't matter. And my videos really have no meaning at all. But people watch them. The nationalists watch my videos. So welcome to another video.